Well, Happy New Year, or it's happy soon to be New Year. Happy New
Happy
Year's
New
Eve.
Year.
Happy New Year if you're over on GMT. They're over across the pond. For
Right.
us, it'll be
Oh, is
soon.
it?
We're
Oh,
almost
okay.
to New Year.
All right.
Happy New Year's Eve. Thanks to everyone who's joining here. Beth, hello. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining. Cynthia, again, thanks for joining tonight. We are out behind us. We got the curtain open. I wish it showed up better on this webcam, but amazing, amazing sunset out here. We're loving it. So you got a little bit of a view. It doesn't show up great through the window with the webcam, but at least it's something anyways. So Big Squid, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We got some fun stuff planned tonight for you all. Now that we got the intro out of the way and everything, we're gonna go. We got some I'll maps, show you all the places I traveled in 2022, or highlights of it anyways. We'll talk a little bit about 2023 travel plans, such as they are. Got some brand new, never before seen scenery, pictures, and a few video clips from the Sonoran Desert here around Quartzsite. Most of them landscape, but a few other cool, just fun things. I offered patrons to call in. Only one took up on it so far. A little bit about our 2023 plans, goals, objectives, whatever you want to call them. I gave up on resolutions years ago, but and really fun. We got a best of 2022 video clip. I think it's about 4.5 minutes. Just a compressed version of some of our favorite videos from 2022. That was Melanie's idea. So,
all right. There's so many good things. I was like, oh, we got to do like a best of or something. So.
You did, and yeah, Richard, Merry Christmas.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I don't even know what day it is. My granddaughter the other day. She's talking to my granddaughter yesterday. And I said, "Oh, your birthday party's tonight." I told you it was on Friday. I know you did, but I can't remember what day it is. Now I think it's Christmas instead of New Year. Okay. Anyways, Happy New Year. There we go. Sandy Sue, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, and I got Cuddles and Daisy. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah, thanks to everybody joining. Thanks to everybody that watches this after the fact too. We usually end up with far more people watching the live streams afterwards than during the actual thing. But so thank you to all of you who joined for that as well. What do we got here? Okay. Oh, you know what we got here? I put in the description when I posted it. Pour yourself a mug of eggnog and join us. Melanie made homemade eggnog again.
I did. Yeah.
I'm going to give myself an eggnog mustache.
Yeah.
That's our treat. So our big New Year's Eve eggnog and spending it with you all here on YouTube Live. The sunset, man. I should have planned this thing for 7, so like instead of 6 our time, so I could be out there watching it still.
The thing is, we
one.
moved the trailer today. We moved the entire trailer to a different position today.
And yeah.
I wasn't even thinking of having the sunset in the background, but this does work. So
I forgot about that too.
Yeah. Every time I step out of the door now, I have to reorientate myself where I am and which way I'm going. I'm like, okay.
We'll have to do another live stream soon so you can see the sunset again. That's actually starting to show up now. That's wild. That's a good one. All right, let's see. Let's go. Yeah, let's dive into a few 2022 travel maps I put together. You guys might enjoy some of these, at least I hope. Anyways, but we got a whole bunch of. All right. Anyway, here we go. First up, I started off oops, I'm on the wrong one there. There we go. I started off January 1st in Quartzsite, Arizona. You can see the pin down there. Location pins are approximate. It's not precise. I don't make any claim to be a cartographer. But I started off, and matter of fact, we did a New Year's Eve live stream and a Christmas Eve live stream right here from Quartzsite, Arizona. Exact same spot is where I was parked last year.
Oh, is it?
Absolutely same spot. So,
all right. Well, there you
go.
Go.
So that was that. From here, I left February 1st and went back to Wyoming, to Northeast Wyoming, because family stuff. That was chilly. Whoops, am I getting ahead of myself again? Oh, where'd number 3 go? I lost one. I don't know. I think I lost one. Okay. I went to Pahrump, and then we went back from Pahrump back to Melanie came back with me to Wyoming. I lost just the Pahrump one. And then we had most of our summer our travel was in a region around Wyoming, a little bit up into Montana, a little bit into South Dakota, but it was kind of in that northeast Wyoming region. We did a lot of exploring local stuff. And then we did a summer trip out to Massachusetts, and then to upstate New York, and then to another spot in upstate New York to see family. We did not get to see everybody we wanted to see. That happens every time I go back home. I only got just so much time. You spend days driving. You get there, I got family spread out all over the place. I got friends spread out all over the place. I can never see everybody I want to see. And I always feel bad because, I can't see everybody, but I do the best I can. And that was the case again this year. From there, we came back to Wyoming. And then, let's see, back down to Pahrump again. And then finally down to Quartzsite, Arizona, where we are now. So that was kind of the highlights of the travel this year. We did lots of regional stuff during the summer. Obviously, we did some stops on the way up from Pahrump to Wyoming. We did some stops on the way back down. When I was going up in February 1st, I actually stayed in Mesquite, Nevada. Had to stop and get some trailer tires, so I stayed overnight there. February 2nd, then I was in Utah, approaching the Wyoming border. It was -5 that night. That was a bit of an adjustment. I'd been complaining about the Quartzsite weather being a little bit chilly over the winter, and then I got to eastern Utah near the Wyoming border at -5. That was brutally cold.
Yeah.
And I was camped off. I camped overnight in the rest area, so I was off grid and had no heat. So it was fun.
Not fun. Not fun at all.
Oh yeah. So that was kind of the highlights of 2022. Anyway, frankly, the high fuel costs slowed me down a lot, and I wasn't sure we were going to be able to make that East Coast trip happen. And that fuel cost factored into all of that too. It's kind of like a direct line, more or less. So we tried to get some cool spots, but kind of a direct line back. It was August. There was a little dip in prices. They came down a bit. And I'm like, that's it. Almost no warning. A few days warning. We took off. So, and you see a calendar up there. There's one. You want that? One left, literally. This is it. Last one we got. So if you want to check it out, if you want one, my website, robertwitham.com. Let's see. There it is. robertwitham.com. If you want to check it out, and it's right on there. You'll see the banner for it. It's right there. I also am in the process of, people have been asking me for photo prints, and I'm finally getting that set up. I have a few, I think 5 or 6 set up ready there for prints now. There's a link on the website. I forgot to put it in the description. I'll try and remember to do it afterwards. But if you go to robertwitham.com, again, there you can you'll see on the top right under, there's a list of like the calendars and stuff, and right under that there's a link for the photo prints if you want to check those out there. So I'll not only show you that, I'll see what else I've been missing here. Sean, Happy New Year to you as well. Katie in New Hampshire, Happy New Year. Texas lady, Happy New Year. There you go. She's one of the recipients of a calendar from Christmas Eve. So that always nice to know stuff arrives, because I always worry about that a little bit.
Yeah.
You're sticking it in the mail.
Especially this time of year, and there's been so much weather.
I sent a bunch of stuff.
There's been delays, and yeah.
I tend to, several years ago, I shipped a bunch of stuff up for Christmas from Pahrump, and the shipping costs were just outrageous. And I'm like, that's it. I'm not doing it anymore. So since then, I've either been getting stuff and bringing it back with me in the spring for the girls, or sending gift cards. And this year, we decided, we'll find them stuff that we think they'll want, and we'll do it by Amazon. I'll order from Amazon. Amazon, they should do all the shipping. I don't have to worry about it. And I was a little bit late ordering, I'll admit it. It's partly my fault, but the shipping has been awful. They had all that crazy weather and the snowstorms all across the country. And so there's been all kinds of shipping delays. So some of them are still waiting on Christmas presents that keep getting delayed because of weather. And that's what Amazon keeps saying. It's the weather. Honest. It's not us. It's the weather. So, but yeah, it's been a challenge. So, calendars, shipping, it worked. So I think everybody got them. All right. travel plans. What do you think for 2023? I have a note to talk about 2023 travel plans. We didn't actually talk about it. I don't know if we haven't talked about it. One of my granddaughters the other day, she's actually a couple times now on the phone, she'll say, "Where are you staying this summer when you get back up here, Pops?" We have to get back furnished here and do some work here and stuff. Then we have to go to Pahrump, and then we have to make our way back up to Wyoming. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we have more work in Pahrump. So.
That's several.
Yeah.
I appreciate her enthusiasm. But I don't know, kid. That's several steps away. I haven't got that far. So, yeah, we're heading back north eventually. We will be going back to Pahrump eventually, and then I have some work there, and then we'll be going back to up country, to the north country there, and from there, I don't know exactly. That sky is just amazing. Sorry, I keep getting distracted every time I look at the monitor and see the sky. This is just amazing. Wow. Hope that's coming through over the internet and everything. So yeah, I don't know for sure. We're going north again, obviously, and yeah, we'll see from there. I would love to make another trip to the Northeast. We have tons of family out there, including some we did not get to see this last time, but we'll see what fuel prices do and what everything else is doing, and I don't know beyond that. And then I'm sure in the winter we'll come south again because they had -50 up there recently and a blizzard, so I think we'll come south again.
Yeah.
The worst I saw last winter when I was up there, kind of got up there up in February, was we had a -22 with a -37 wind chill. That was the worst of it. But there were multiple nights in a row that were sub-zero and days hovering around zero, and that gets old after a while.
Yep.
That's hard to heat.
Pretty cold in the trailer. So.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold in anywhere, but yeah, particularly a trailer or a car. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got some cool scenery. Let me I thought this guy was a painting, and I thought that was a picture. I guess it's a picture window. Exactly. We did not
that's for real.
plan this.
Yeah.
I thought the sunset would already be dark. I didn't realize it was still going to be colorful. And like Melanie said, we just turned the trailer today because we had this little thing going on. I'm sitting right here where I'm sitting on the couch, or within a foot of here. This is where I have the desk set up and I work. And because it's a trailer, you have limited seating places, and the door is right there. And so every time Melanie goes out,
which is many times,
and or comes in, the way the afternoon sun from about noon on was like straight there. And it's like, remember the Gremlins movie? Bright lights, bright lights, bright lights. That's me on the couch. Bright lights, bright lights, bright lights. Ah! I got the curtains pulled so I can see the computer. The fridge just turned on.
Yeah, that's just the fridge, guys. Don't worry.
I got the curtains pulled and work on the computer, and boom! I can't see. My eyes are all pupils are all dilated. And then they're constricted, and I'm like seeing stars. And so we turned the trailer, so it's not a problem anymore. Now Melody can come and go without me carrying on and belly aching about like a gremlin.
The third and fourth time we've.
Yeah, it took a few tries. I think we got it now, but this is amazing. We did not plan for that, so that's a nice bonus. All right, let me show you some of these photos we've been getting around here and see what you think of these. These are just a cool mountain shot from, was it yesterday or the day before? Do you remember? We take walks almost every day. Today was a short day because we had some errands to do and getting ready for this and everything, but that was just looking off in the distance. They looked pretty nice, so a little bit cropped in, so it's not quite the resolution I'd like, but pretty cool anyway.
Yeah, the mountains around here really turn blue. Yeah, that pretty blue color.
Beyond the far blue mountains.
Yeah.
Not the Blue Ridge Mountains, but okay. Here's just these are going on social media as I remember to do it. I have a four piece series here of just wild swallows, and Melanie teased me and said, you mean wild as opposed to cultivated and domestic, no, just funky wild. Here's one. Here's two. Here's three.
But there's something about that first one. It looks like they're arguing. I don't know why. Swirls seem to have some personality to me, and in this one in particular, they just look like they're arguing. So I just I think those two are arguing.
These are the arguing swirls, and this one's just off by itself. This one, I don't even know what to say.
I think it lost its top, and then it's just started growing bigger arms. So it's kind of very odd shaped.
It is. And then this one was pretty wild too. Got lots of arms on it. These things are these swirls. Somebody was asking on a comment on YouTube recently, and I always heard it's like 50 to 70 years before they start to grow arms. And apparently, according to the National Park Service, they say it's like 95 to 100 years before they start to grow their first arm, and they can live 200 years or longer. So these ones with multiple arms like this, I mean, these things have to be, seriously 150 years, 200 years old. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
And while we were out, speaking of really cool swirls, I got tuckered out. Actually, my feet were hurting. So Melanie found me a cool little ironwood branch to sit on, a fallen down ironwood branch.
It was a dead ironwood, and it's amazing how much strength the dead ironwoods still retain even when they're dead. So I tried it out before him, so he,
Sorry, she was still looking at the picture.
If it collapsed on me,
Yeah, I thought it's not that big. It was like yay big around. I thought, oh, that's not, and it's laying on the ground like decomposing. What's kind of an arch in it?
Yeah.
That's not gonna be strong enough. And she's like,
I'm just like, all right, no.
I'm like, all right, well, that's a good test. But she only weighs half as much as I do, but still, it was a good health test anyway. That we might be in luck. So I got to figure out a better solution so I can sit down. I go for long walks here. Melanie, we go for long walks here. I've done it for a couple of years now. Melanie goes with me. Now we go for long walks, sometimes, several miles and a couple hours. And this ground is brutal. I mean, it's just rocks. And so after a while, your feet just get really pummeled. And that was why I didn't walk today, because my feet are like so sore from walking every day for the last week or so. Anyways, I got to find a way to be able to sit down. The catch is it's all rocks. You can hardly ever find a tree like that to sit on. It's all rocks. Everything's prickly and pokey and cactus everywhere and scorpions and rattlesnakes. And I just don't want to sit on the ground when I'm out there. So you got to figure that out. Here's a cool one. This wash was lined with this really cool flower that you'll see better. Well, maybe you'll see better. That's called, what is that called? Parrish's Golden Eye. So we got more of those coming soon. If not in this video, I may have forgot to put more in here. But right across from it, we found a fairy duster. Fairy duster. These are the coolest things. We just saw them the other day up at Parker. At Walmart, there's a cultivated one
in the parking lot.
And I'm taking pictures and sending it out to family going, this is just the coolest thing. Are these things amazing? They look like fishing lure, like dry flies.
And they do. Yeah, they're very...
And we thought it was just a cultivated plant.
Flowers,
and imagine our surprise this week, Thursday, Friday, something like that. We're walking around in the desert, and darn if we don't find a whole wash full of them.
Yeah. They're all in bloom right now. So if you are out walking in the area, take a look around. They're just amazing little pink flowers.
Then we found this one next to a brittle bush. It's also in bloom. And I'm not used to seeing as many flowers in Quartzsite. Usually this stuff happens a little bit later in the spring, and I'm out of here before it starts getting too hot. So once in a while I'll see some in Pahrump, but it's like amazing wildflowers this year. Fantastic. I'm really enjoying that.
We've had a bit of rain, so maybe that spurred them on.
Yes, it's just the right conditions. Yeah, it's been great. And the desert's so brown and gray and stuff and dull green that when you see like a burst of yellow flowers, you can see them from so far away. And the creosote smells so good when it rains, which we had several times. But these brittle bushes, they smell good. You can smell those from feet away when they're blooming. So it's been really an interesting experience. All right, here's one for you. All you Yankees are going to appreciate this. This is not a white birch tree, obviously. It's a Palo Verde that's been, this bark is all falling off and everything. I saw it through a wash from the other wash with some other trees in the way, and at a quick glance, I thought it was a white birch tree. Because, then, of course, I realized, no, I'm in the Arizona desert. It's probably not a white birch tree. But it kind of looked at it from distance. So I had to take a picture just so you could all could laugh at me, thinking it was a white birch tree in the desert. So now you know. Now, here's a cool one. We've been finding lots of interesting plants that we did not even know were down here. We found a lot recently. So if you're following on Patreon or anything, you've probably been seeing some of those. There you go. Because I put them on there, or some of them have been on there. There'll be more going on soon. We got some social media stuff coming up, some videos coming up with this stuff. Lots of stuff coming up like that. But I will come back real quick to all those comments too. I see a pile. This is another one we found though in a wash. This thing is so bright green. it's much greener, brighter than anything around it. And there was just this patch of this, and turns out it's American threefold. And evidently there's different kinds of threefold, but this is American threefold.
All right. All right.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's this. We found this wash full of golden grass. I believe this is I don't know how to say it. Big Gaeta. I don't even know how to say it.
I don't know.
It's Galleta.
It's 2 L's,
So
sometimes
double L, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that's a wise thing.
I'll turn this light on. It's getting a little darker with the light fading out there. So see if we can blind us. Speaking of gremlins and all that. Find the switch. Woo! There we go.
Yeah.
You see? No, it's not. We're lit up anyways. Okay. So yeah, all this grass, and it's just like filled as wash. And you can't see it from a distance because the wash is down like an old depression. And so we're just walking across the desert, making our way back to camp. And all of a sudden, there's just this yellow sea of yellow. That's like, what? And there it is.
Tall. It's very
It's all
tall.
this grass.
It's like 3 feet tall.
Pretty cool.
And they
pretty
can
cool.
mound pretty good. Yeah, so they're...
And then it was, and then, yeah, check this one out. We're walking through another wash, and this is ironwood tree, and its one limb is just bent over, and it made like a tunnel. I just thought it was cool. So I wanted to go play. Like it needed to be a tree fort or something, or
right, yeah.
Except for it's in a wash, so that's kind of a bad plan.
That's kind of a tree fort in a wash.
And then there's we found this one on the way back. This swirl, I don't know what happened to this swirl. Usually when they die, they just keel over, and they break off and keel over. We found one recently that's actually was uprooted. You'll see that in the video. I don't know if it's up yet or it's coming up soon. But if it's not up yet, it'll be up soon.
It might have gone up already.
Might have gone up. That might have gone up this week. And this one, it's still standing up, and it just like the skin like sloughed off it and just.
Yeah, it's like it melted.
It's the darndest thing.
Yeah, which it might have been out here in the summer. Who knows?
Right, yeah, there you go.
I think it probably rotted. That's what I was thinking.
Pretty
it
wild.
Probably rotted.
And yeah, usually you'll see those ribs, but usually they're laying down and on the ground, and this one's not. So then this is just a cool night photo. As I stepped outside the other night, and the moon was kind of glowing there, and a little bit of blur in the trees because there was a breeze, and I was shooting a 3-second exposure, so but it's still cool. I mean, and it's not really black and white, but it looks like it because.
Yeah. That's a neat thing.
So I think that we're gonna maybe hop back. Yeah, we'll hop back over to comments. We got more to go, more cool stuff to show you, and then some videos too. But okay. Oh, here we go. Let's see. All right, let's see. Ted, Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy
Down
New
in
Year.
Y.
Down in Y, yeah.
That's such a fun name. Texas lady saying they do look like they're arguing.
Yeah.
I didn't put it together. Once Melanie said it, I'm like, oh yeah, they do. Happy New Year. My mother and father are on here, so glad to see you both. Hope you're enjoying all these shows. And yeah, we got some better weather than y'all do anyways, so. Stephanie, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, these things, I don't think I'd ever seen them before. And when we saw them at the store, we just were like, oh, that's a, really cool plant, but it's cultivated. And actually, I took a photo and sent it back to family. I used to go, this is not a cultivated, or this is a cultivated, And then lo and behold, a couple days later, we find them in the desert. It's like, what?
Yeah, they're so abstract looking, and so you almost think it's a tropical plant. You don't think that would be there in the desert. So
yeah. It doesn't look like it should belong here, but
Yeah.
it's growing wild and all along the water. We got a video clip of that coming up. I'll show you in a minute. I forgot about that one. So yeah. Beth is saying it's what we're used to seeing, so it's the first thing our brains pop up with. And
Yes.
that's it. It just was. I caught it through the, over through the. Like through behind another tree, and I'm like, oh, it's like we're, obviously not. So there, that was fun. It was a fun one. It was just like, what? I happened to have the iPhone with me, so I snapped it real quick. Oh, well, that works. That's like the same as we got in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think it's
Wow.
shirt sleeve
That's
weather
really
too. Melanie's
warm.
wearing a sweater over here, so I keep wondering how she survived New Hampshire all those years, and then Alaska, and let me show you this.
I knew it would cool off. Of course, now you put on the other light, so now I'm getting a tan.
This thing is so bright. I gotta work on a softbox thing for it because yeah. Anyway, we also got it plugged in tonight, so hopefully it won't die on us. So here's the fairy dusters and some of that cool grass in the wind. I'll show you this real quick, the 1 minute clip, and we'll be right back. Hope you all appreciated that clip. You know why? Because that song has been stuck in my head since I made that for you guys.
It has. He's been humming it. And I'm like, oh my goodness,
You just couldn't get out of my head for a day now. And then the other one, the one I used on Christmas, the Happy Christmas Day, that one gets stuck in my head then too. This one is stuck in my head. So hope you all enjoyed that because I'm paying for it. Melanie's paying for it. She's got to listen to me humming the thing. I can't get it out of my head.
That's all right. I don't mind.
Oh, there you go. Warmed up to the teens up in North Dakota.
Oh, wow.
Man, I spent some time on the North Dakota border. I know it can get cold up there. Almost all the snow is gone in southern New Hampshire. Well, Christmas is over. It can go away now. That was always my philosophy. You got to have snow for Christmas. New Year's Day, it can leave. It's done. I'm ready for spring. So, snow in the farm backyard till June. Yeah, I can believe it.
yeah. That was Alaska too. It was, yeah.
Well, what baffles me about like North Dakota and eastern Montana, some of these places, Montana to some extent, but not quite as, Wyoming, not quite as bad usually. But yeah, some of these places like here, it can be 100 and something degrees in the summer, and then it's like double digits below zero in the winter. And it's like, it's a huge swing. It's like crazy, just brutal.
Extreme.
Yeah, almost like desert-like heat. Oh, man, I spilled eggnog on my shirt. Well, that might be low enough you can't see it. I shouldn't have said anything. All right. It's good eggnog, though. All right. Now, a few more things around Quartzsite to show you here. And none of this has been showed anywhere before. This is all, you're seeing it for the first time if you're watching this live stream. So there we go. This was this morning. Nope, that is not what I was looking for. But anyways, it's here. I labeled it wrong. The big tent. They're starting to set it up. Melanie's all excited. She wanted to see it go up. So we had to go.
Yeah.
I got drone footage of it when it's all up and running from last year. Maybe you have to do that again this year. We'll get another picture going. It's a massive. It's actually, I think, a couple tents, but they're so massive. So anyway.
Yeah, so the big tent is a tent that goes up every year around second week in January, third week or whatever. Anyways, and it has all these vendors. This is the big RV show. Anyways,
I should have clarified that.
Explain what the big tent is.
Some of you are going, "What's the big tent? What are you talking about?"
Right.
Yeah, so it's a massive like RV expo type thing.
It's a big event
in these giant tents.
Yeah, this whole town swells by thousands, or I'm not sure if it gets to a million. Yeah, it's
I think once upon a time it did.
It did,
but it slowed down a little.
Yeah. Anyway,
from what I understand from talking to vendors around here, so
really hopping here.
It's picking up.
It is.
We were in town today, and it's picking up just since a week ago. This was fun. Melanie spotted this while we were walking around today. Gringo's homestyle Mexican food, but Billings, Montana, and Quartzsite, Arizona. So I took a photo to send to my kids. Thought I'd share it with you all since we're on here tonight. I lived in Billings. My kids live in Billings, so it was kind of cool to see that. And then this one, Melanie had not seen this. We were out today, so I had to show her. Take her to see this. The Great Tree of Arizona. It's an ironwood, y'all. This is the sign proven. I keep telling you, these ironwood trees can live over 1,000 years. Check this out. The growth rings were counted and total 60 rings per inch. This is back in 2009. It was 2000. It was 1,010 years old. So, I mean, whatever. Do the math on that. We're pushing like 1,050 or something. 60 years to grow an inch. But these trees are incredible. And we've been seeing some of the desert along washes in our hikes that are clearly older than that one.
Even bigger. Yeah.
So I just can't even imagine how old they are. So here's the
I didn't realize 1,000 years.
Here's the great tree. You can see me sitting down to take a break under there because I was being lazy. So I sent Melanie off with a camera to get a picture. So then next to it though is what I'm calling the Great Palo Verde.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a sign for it.
There's no sign or anything noting it, but yeah, the trunk on this one was fairly massive too. So
and that's the creosote bush to the right in the foreground, but the Palo Verde is in the background. The big one. I have never seen a Palo Verde that big. So you kind of see in there some of the branches and the trunks. It is massive. I've just never seen anything like it. So then Melanie found this cool chunk of a palm tree to check out.
Yeah, I don't know what it was doing.
You should have seen what she had. She was doing mountain goat stuff to get to it.
Why'd you check it out? You know,
it was like under some branches and in a wash, and she's like, she got to it. Check it out. So I was standing safely outside of all that mess, taking a picture. And then this was this morning. There we go. This was this morning, and if you can see it clearly here, hopefully, those clouds along the top of the mountains, they were literally just clouds on the top of the mountains. They weren't like anywhere else. It was just that unique cloud layer, literally like draped across the mountains. It was just the coolest thing. So, but they didn't last long enough for me to get a really good picture. But that's what I could get. So, then while we were another fun clip for you. While we were in town today, we spotted this. Melanie knew about it. I don't remember seeing it before, and usually I'm the experienced Quartzsite person. But check this out. What we found. Make you want ice cream? I got eggnog. That's as close as I can get. Not on my diet eating ice cream. There's an ice cream.
They did have
food truck
sugar-free
thing.
ice cream.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know. We didn't check it out.
You didn't tell me.
Well, yeah, next time. So.
There's a little ice cream food truck. That's their machine running right next to it. I thought it was cool. I had to get a little clip.
Yeah, I think it's there every year. I don't know if there's 2 of them there, but there was definitely 2 of them this year.
Maybe I should pay attention.
But I think
more.
they do make their.
How would I have missed ice cream?
So.
All those years.
I don't know. You missed the dented can store too, so we did go there today too. And
I should have got a video of that, man. Y'all are familiar with probably familiar with discount food stores, scratch and dent stuff, out of date, dusty boxes, all that. There's one at Quartzsite, and it's in a tent.
Yes.
Well, it's in a massive, giant series of tents. So the wind blows and the roofs go, Yeah. So we've been there twice now. Walked out with quite a haul today for $18.
Yeah.
Actually came out to $18.50, and she didn't want to mess with the change, I guess, so she only charges $18. So it was a good haul for $18 though. And then we had to wander around back and get a picture of the tent for you.
Actually, they had canned gooseberries.
There you go. Yeah, so canned gooseberries. I don't even know what that is.
I have never tried gooseberries. I had a friend once that she'd pick gooseberries every year and all, and I'm just like, I don't think I've ever even eaten a gooseberry. So I got canned gooseberries. I'm going to try them. They're probably nothing like the real thing, but
I don't know. We're only a week away from Christmas is coming and the goose is getting fat.
There you go.
And you're talking about gooseberries.
Gooseberries. Yeah.
Maybe the goose was eating gooseberries and got fat.
So, but they have some unique things. So
they do. Yes. I also got some snack stuff to throw in the day bag to take on walks around the desert, just in case,
Yeah.
I decide I'm hungry when I'm 2 miles away. 2 miles in this desert, by the way, is not a quick walk. It's a bit of a hike still. You're going rough terrain and up and down through washes and all around Red Robin's barn and over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go and all that stuff. And by the time I get back, I feel like Humpty Dumpty who fell off, had a great fall. So, all right. Anyways. Usually have snow till May in our woods. I spent one winter in Vermont, Upper Valley, Vermont, I think they call it, or something. What's the town? You remember the name of that town? I'd never remember it.
Hanover? No.
It was across Hanover, New Hampshire, Lebanon, New Hampshire, across the river from there. Literally, I mean, they're on the river. We're on the other side of the river. I can never remember the name of the town.
Okay.
We had so much snow. It was like waist deep still in April. I was so depressed. I mean, it was so much snow. I didn't think it was ever going to go away.
That's
That was
kind of
crazy.
the icebox section of New Hampshire.
Well, I figured that out the hard way. Beth's saying the biggest surprise about North Dakota hit 110 in the summer, but except for the incessant winds, doesn't get near the amount of snow New England does. Okay. I do know about the wind. I worked in Sydney, Montana for a year doing motel maintenance, lots of outside time, and that's across the border from Williston, North Dakota. And Williston was our closest big town. And although I did not go to Williston in the winter because it'd be 10 degrees out for a high and the wind's blowing and like, you break down, you probably will die. I mean, you just won't make it. So I didn't go there in the winter. And I do remember coming through like South Dakota, even in the summer, and it being 105 in an old car with no air conditioning. I had a sunroof, which I mistakenly opened. Then I got burnt to a crisp on everywhere that wasn't covered with clothing, which wasn't much because it was 105 with a blazing sun. So, yeah, crazy anyway. Maybe there it is. The wind blows all the snow to.
Maybe.
Yeah, these were neat. These clouds. It was just really cool. So, had to go out and grab it. It might be Norwich.
Oh,
That sounds right.
Oh,
Now that you
that-
mention it,
that might
Noreen
be.
or Katie. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong comment here. Katie, yes, I think it is Norwich.
Is
It's
it?
literally across the bridge. I mean, there's the river. What is it? The Merrimack or the Concord or
Connecticut.
Connecticut? The Connecticut River.
Yeah.
I used to live in New Hampshire too. I should know this stuff. There's a river, and one side of the river is Vermont, the other side is New Hampshire, and literally there's like Lebanon and Hanover and stuff, and you drive over the bridge, which has these cool big pillars on it, and you're in Vermont. And there's a cool old general store there with creaky floorboards and Vermont country store,
I love
the old fashioned
like
kind of.
those.
And you're walking on, it just creaks
They
and
converted
groans,
or
and
something.
they have some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
That was my that was our fill it. Oh,
And they smell so good. You're just like,
oh
it
yeah,
just smells like
some
old
good stuff in
wood
there
and
too.
Old, yeah.
Home of King Arthur Flower. I did not
really?
know that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think it was Norwich. Yeah, I don't know why I got a mental block about that. Yeah, Connecticut. I should know that. I lived in New Hampshire. I lived in Vermont for a little while.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know if I guess it must go to Connecticut.
It does now.
It
does now.
It does now. Yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, I might have known once upon a time, but yeah. All right, what do we got? What else you got going on here? Let's see. Okay, I offered patrons. I'm like, hey, if any of you guys want to, log on and or join me tonight, like some of my family did last week. Nobody took me up on it, but Deborah is a patron. She did send a video clip. She was not going to be available tonight, so here we go.
Hey everybody, Deborah Dickinson here and Bandit, and I want to wish Robert and Melanie and your friends and family a very happy new year. Your viewers and patrons too. Here's to 2023.
Yeah, here's to 2023. It's got to be going up from here, right?
It's
been a crazy couple of years. So, all right, it's New Year's Eve, so I know somebody's going to ask if we don't volunteer it. 2023 stuff, plans, goals, objectives. Heck if I know. I haven't thought that far yet. This crept up on me.
I have no idea. Well, we actually have started a little bit of remodeling in the trailer, so you're probably going to have a video or two about that, and we're finding out what's in the walls, which probably isn't good.
Vintage trailer. I can tell you this: nothing on this trailer is easy. I've done like motel maintenance, remodeling in homes, all that sort of stuff. Nothing is like working on an RV.
Yeah. And you can literally like peel the walls. It's like, oh wow, that's what's.
We will be sharing some of that because every time I turn around, I'm like muttering and grumbling about how hard it is to work on anything. I turn around, somebody's standing there with a camera going. So there will be a video or more about that eventually. I expect we'll be taking down our Christmas decorations at some point.
Yeah. I mean,
We do have some fun videos coming up. We've been doing lots of hiking and stuff, some experimenting with some different camera gear coming up soon.
yeah.
Monday, actually, I think is one of those. So, unless it's next Monday, that might be next Monday. Anyways, this stuff's coming. So,
yeah. Some
oh, you know what?
cameras.
This Monday, that's with the uprooted cactus. This Monday coming up
Okay.
is an update. It is part 2 of our experimenting with a $5 thrift store camera,
Yeah.
vintage thrift store camera. Melanie took a turn,
Yes.
and we wandered through the desert.
How to get a good picture out of them, and
So that's coming up Monday. The following Monday, we got some different camera gear we're trying out. I think you guys will enjoy that one too. So that's coming up soon. And then it was even more stuff coming after that. So there's some cool stuff coming that way. We're making our way back north. Got some working here now, working for a bit. Then we're making our way north. Maybe some travel. I don't know. Working on some health improvements. As always, working on some business tweaks and improvements. Hopefully, nothing. I guess I got to spend some time thinking about it. I do like to come up with a few things I want to work on and write them down and remind myself of them periodically through the year because they're written down. I just haven't taken the time to do it yet. So
yeah, definitely. Health stuff. Trying to exercise more, and I don't know. We're trying to do that low carb thing, but we kind of go back and forth. So it's a little. That's a whole other thing.
You keep talking for a minute. I'm going to share something.
We're trying some different recipes and kind of bringing you along with us as we're trying these new things. And
we've been getting lots of positive feedback on Cooking with Melanie episodes.
Some might be good. Some might totally bomb, and we'll let you know what bombs. So.
You got to keep talking. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Here it is. I found it. Okay. You're off the hook. What I've been finding is I need to walk a minimum of 2 hours a day. That's just my thing for optimal health. I'm not sure if a little more wouldn't be better, but that's kind of my threshold. If I don't get 2 hours of activity in, I kind of suffer for it. So I was looking up a quote here from Henry David Thoreau that speaks to this very thing that Mel and I have talked about it while we're out strolling through the desert. But I came across another one that's pretty cool too. I would rather sit on a pumpkin and have it all to myself than be crowded on a velvet cushion. Amen.
There you go.
Oh, here we go. Or this one. Ask me for a certain number of dollars if you will, but do not ask me for my afternoons. Let's see. I just went by it. Okay, hold on. I lost it again. Here we go. Okay. Seriously, this is the one I was trying to find. From walking. I think that I cannot preserve my health and spirits unless I spend 4 hours a day at least, and it is commonly more than that, sauntering through the woods and over the hills and fields, absolutely free from all worldly engagements. How's that for classic? So I'm at least 2 hours. Definitely makes a big difference on my physical health and on my mental health and my ability to focus and work. And, I can get more work done if I go for a 2 hour walk than if I don't go for a 2 hour walk. So that time actually more than makes up for itself. So that's my experience. Not saying for anybody else, but that's for me. So we have talked about it. Maybe I need to get up to 4 hours, but my feet can't handle 4 hours in Quartzsite so far.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I got to do to make that. So there we go. Best. I'm looking forward to seeing those. So yeah, lots coming. We've been cranking stuff out. We got cranking stuff out. I'm actually kind of pleased with how much content we've been able to. We've been putting out videos almost every day, and I think we're raising the bar on what they are too. So
he works hard. He's working hard.
Somebody helps. We're experimenting with gear, introducing some new gear and stuff.
Yeah,
trying to improve the audio even more. We're working on it, and we're trying to raise the bar. So, yes, my mother's mind. You got a birthday coming every year. Every year, I try and forget I'm getting another year older. Every year, and without fail, my parents call first thing in the morning, wake me up and sing to me, and then at least 2 of my kids remember to call. Sometimes 3 or 4, but at least 2 of them. So nobody lets me forget. Oh, man. I can't get away with anything. Wow. Oh, yeah. My goodness.
So we'll have to do something fun.
If that ain't true.
Yeah.
We got this little situation here. I had a longer cord. We only have one small battery in the trailer and no solar on the trailer. So we're piggybacking off the van because I have 400 watts of solar on the van, 200 amp hours of AGMs, and the only thing that runs is a fridge in there, a 12-volt fridge, that cool set power fridge I got. So we're piggybacking off there. So I had a longer cord. Well, then I had to get this. I have this 200-watt portable panel that I wanted to get hooked up to the batteries here. So I took my cord that I was using on the van. So we have a 200-watt solar panel running here. But if nighttime, like if we got all the lights on like we do in here so you all can see us, I have to plug the van into the trailer, which is actually pretty close. So the pigtail that just plugs in for trailer lights and all the brakes and everything. It also has the auxiliary connection, which is a nice 20 amp juice. So it keeps everything running overnight, including the fridge. That means when I have to go out there at night for any reason and to get something out of the van, yeah, that's trailer hitch is sticking out there.
Yeah.
That's the point. The trailer hitch is sticking out. It's dark or something. It's this close to the oh yeah. Melanie's probably heard me hollering a few times. She probably thought that's what I was doing when I saw the fox that night.
Oh yeah, the fox.
I started
I wasn't
hollering.
sure what was going on, but you was hollering, so I'm
I
like,
don't know if I
something
talked
happened.
about that one anywhere besides on Patreon. We've been the Christmas parade. We went into Parker, Arizona for the Christmas
that's
parade,
right.
which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we get back from the parade, it's well after dark, which I don't usually do in the desert or the forest. It's hard to see. And in the desert in particular, very easy to get lost. So we got back, got parked, and we'd stopped at Walmart, picked up a few supplies. Melanie's in the trailer. I'm bringing things over, she's putting away groceries and stuff. And I go back to the van, and now I'm outside moving around, right? I got a light. I'm opening and closing doors. We're clearly there and active, right? Turn around, start back towards the trailer, and his eyeballs staring at me in the dark. And canid eyeballs glow seriously in the dark. So do deer, if you're wondering, but I have another story about them. But yeah.
You had your headlamp on.
I have my headlamp on. So all of a sudden, eyeballs glowing at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh! And so my first thought is it's a coyote because I've camped in this place before, and there's lots of coyotes, and they do come into camp. So I just started hollering, get out of here, Then I'm like, this looks awfully small for a coyote. That's got to be a pup if it's a coyote. And then it turned a little, I could see it a little better. It was a fox. And then I went back a little ways, and Melanie's coming out like, what's going on? I'm like, visitors in camp. But I was so startled, I didn't even think to try and get a picture of the eyeballs because
your hands were full of groceries.
My hands were full of groceries.
I was trying to take those.
But that was yeah. How did I get on that?
Oh,
the fox.
We're talking about.
She
fox.
probably thought I whacked my shin when I started hauling around fox. Yeah. There we go.
And I thought.
Melanie says live streams are easier for me than her because I can talk endlessly. Or something to that effect. She may not have said it just like that, but all right. Best of 2022. Apparently I did this last year. I don't even remember. And Melanie says you should do a best of 2022 video and highlight some of the best stuff from 2022. So she gave me a list.
Gave her a list, and there's
look at that.
A whole lot more.
That's her list of grab a few video clips. So I'm frantically scrambling, trying to get that cut down. I've got a video coming probably tomorrow where we'll feature cut down things from all of Melanie's suggested awesome videos. Which I think it was a great idea, by the way. I'm teasing her, but it was a great idea. And apparently I did it last year, so I must have thought it was a great idea then too. I just don't remember. But anyway, I cut one really short. It's like 4.5 minutes. We have a longer one that's better than 20 minutes, which still is not bad considering there's like a dozen videos or something in it. So just some of the ones that are Melanie's favorites. We're also working. We come back from this. Melanie's going to share a list of her first videos.
Well, he kept doing a series of first. Anytime he put up a video, Melanie's first, Melanie's first.
Melanie's first this, Melanie's first that. Let me check the comments real quick. Then we'll play this clip for you. Best of 2022. I think it's pretty fun. It's got an annoyingly catchy song in it. And then Melanie will share her first list with you. Let's see. So the barn one, turn on a fox, which is standing looking. That was what this thing was doing. And the crazy thing was, it was like right in camp. It was close to our trailer door. It had come right in. So apparently these desert foxes will watch from a distance for a while. They're very curious. and eventually they'll wander in and check it out. So my guess is he'd come into camp when we were gone because we noticed a bag that had desert trash in. There wasn't any food trash or anything. We wouldn't do that. We had a bag with some desert trash.
Yeah, when we go for a walk, if we see trash, we do try to pick it up if we can. And so we kind of make a little collection so that the next time we do go into town, we can dump it off. So,
yeah. The landfill was
all
closed that day we went
there.
over. So
Yeah.
we had to do it another time. But yeah, the thing was tipped over and it was opened up. And I'm like, somebody's been in here, but the bag wasn't torn. So this thing had managed to tip the bag over. It was very carefully opened up the opening of the bag. It wasn't tied shut. It was just pulled tight. It didn't tear it up. So I think he'd been at that when we came in and started up. He came back in. Maybe she, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of wild.
Yeah.
It got my attention.
He was just kind of staring at us for a bit. And then, yeah. I'd say hello.
My fox was a baby, but he was in the hen house with 500 hens.
Oh.
Didn't leave on his own. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Yeah.
This one wasn't hurting anything. It just startled me. But when I do have like a fox or especially coyotes coming to camp, I scare them off because I don't want them getting in the habituated to thinking it's okay to come into camps. And,
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Don't need a fox guard in the hen house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Happy New Year.
Whoops, Noreen. Happy New Year. All right. Okay, so for everybody just joining, I got a clip here for our best of 2022 videos. Melanie suggested I do. We cut this down to 4.5 minutes. There's a 20+ minute one that's going up probably tomorrow. That'll be fun because it's just some of our favorite videos. Some of them got a lot of views. Some of them did not, and they should have because they were awesome. Anyway, we'll share that with you now when we come back from that. Melanie's got a list of her first videos. All right, here. All right, let's see. Here we go. Best of 2020. Oh, I take it back. 3 minutes and 54 seconds. There you go. That moment when someone scares the life out of you. I'm on my hands and knees here on my belly, actually, photographing wildflowers, and I sense someone walking past me, and it's just my hiking partner for the day. Well, my hiking partner, period, who you can't see yet, but I thought it was like a bear or something.
I once was lost, now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see.
All righty. Hope you all enjoyed those reviews. Melanie picked out all those videos to go. I thought it was some great things there. We got a longer one coming for sure. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite of those, if you have a favorite. And let's see what I'm missing here. Oh man, I'm grateful and I'm blessed to be able to go some of the places I go, and I do enjoy being able to try and capture that and share it in authentic ways with other people. Yeah, there we go. Those of you who are wondering, that was not me crooning there in the middle at the St. Christopher's Chapel. That was we were just saw a sign, St. Christopher's Chapel. We're like, what on earth is that? So we had to go check it out, and it's actually an outdoor chapel, and they do like services there on Sundays during the summer for travelers and stuff. They've been doing it for a long time now, and I think it's the other side. It's on the west, one of the little towns on the western side of the Bighorns is a church, and that's they do that in the summer. And then I think some weddings there and stuff, and that sort of thing. So pretty cool. And anyway, that was my dad. Anyway, singing. I used a track of his in there for that video. jaywitham.com, JAYWITHAM.com. You can check out his website. He's got some CDs and stuff on there. If you want to check it out. He's also on, I don't know, Dad, you'll have to type it in here. He's on a whole bunch of places like Apple Music and Spotify. And there's a fun story about one of my nieces when she was a teenager still, using her mother's phone or something to buy Apple Music and giving her mother a heart attack because her account had been hacked, but she was downloading her grandfather's. So yeah. Yeah, this is in Dept, South Dakota. It's kind of, I've been by a bunch of times and seen signs for it. And so we were coming back this summer from out east, like, let's do that. So we detoured and went up there. A lot of fun. Found some other places. There's so much stuff we had to go back and see. I was just thinking that again too. With a lot of these places we saw in this video, we gotta go back there. We gotta go back there. We gotta go back there. And the Homestead's one of them.
Yeah.
There's some other cool towns around there I want to go back and see again. So kind of like northeast South Dakota, I guess, sort of. It might not be exactly right, but it's north of I-90. I think in the eastern half. So, but cool place. And I didn't know. I didn't know it'd be interesting. Obviously, I read the books when I was a kid, saw the TV shows and stuff. It was really, really cool. And one of the great things was it's very hands-on.
Yeah.
You can touch stuff. You can take pictures. You can play the old pump organ. The wind was blowing so bad I couldn't get any audio on that scene, but Melanie was actually pumping the pedals and playing the organ.
Yeah.
And then you get outside and they got all the vintage washing equipment, clothes washing equipment. She told me earlier that it was easier there doing laundry than it is here because they actually had the washboard, the scrub board, and the wringer. And
I love the wringer. I'm like, oh man, I might have to get myself a wringer now.
Oh man,
mounted on the outside of the trailer, right?
Right there you go.
Like, yeah.
But there were lots of places in there that we definitely have got to go back to again because some really great places. So all the music is great today. What's happening free tonight here in Quartzsite? We were saw some music earlier. We were down there. There was some live bands playing down near all the vendors and stuff.
Yeah.
But we didn't hang around too long. But
Kelly's there.
Richard loves the drone shots. You got to get that up again soon. There's more coming, I think. But we got to get it up again soon too. Anyway, so yeah, they do. Give you a different perspective. And Smith's where Ma and Pa and the girls lived out their lives and are buried. Laura moved to Mansfield, Missouri. I wasn't sure what the rest.
Oh, okay.
And an apple farm, also famous for her. Like me, Laura was also famous for her laying hens. Yeah, we I don't think we really put together. We didn't know. Yeah, they had a stint in what was it, Wisconsin or something? He was from upstate New York. I've actually the Cuba, New York. He was from.
Yes.
Pa Wilder.
Yeah.
I blew an engine in a truck there once, Suburban.
They have a really good cheese shop. If you're ever in Cuba, New York, really good cheese. And New York sharp cheddar cheese.
I spent all my money at the mechanic shop. I didn't get to the cheese shop.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, next time. I'll show you the cheese shop.
But yeah, then they did a sojourn down in the plains somewhere, and then was it Wisconsin or something? So there was like several places. It was kind of interesting. We learned a lot, and boy, and there's more clips coming. Some really cool clips that'll be in the next video tomorrow. The longer review videos. So there's so much there. We'll go back and check out the whole video if you want.
Yeah.
There you go. You can do that too. All right. Noreen, they loved reading the books to my girls when they were little.
Oh,
Yeah, they were cool. So here we go. We'll get this up here. Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Amazon, Pandora, and about 30 other outlets. There you go.
All right.
You probably can find it on whatever
All
outlet you
right.
want to use that. Or you can go to his
Look him
website
up. Look
and
him
order
up.
a CD. So that's Jay Witham right there. Search for Jay Witham on wherever you get your music, or go to jaywitham.com and you can get it from getting a CD if you like old school. Old school, right? I remember when old school we had the vinyl, and Dad always had a 8-track player
Oh,
in the car, every car.
School,
And then we got the cassettes, and then I remember when CDs came out. That was the big thing. So
we had 8-track. I remember that. Donna Summers. I think we had a
Oh,
Donna
boy.
Summers 8-track.
you are dating yourself. Others have managed to get my hands on those ringers more than I care to remember. Ouch. The lady was warning Melanie, be careful you don't get your finger.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you don't have to put your fingers there. It'll go through. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. The P.O. Box in DeSmet. Such a fun sounding name. We are going back to that area, though. Maybe even this summer. I don't know. We are definitely going back because there was a lot we saw on that whole trip. There was so many things we saw.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of footage we still haven't
Right.
done anything with. There was so much we saw, but we had to come back. One of them is down in southeast Wyoming, down around, is it Lusk or I don't even know. Down somewhere down there, we stopped at a rest area, and there's a sign for some historic place. There's like wagon wheel tracks in the sandstone. You can still see.
Oh, I don't
Hold
remember
on.
that.
You tell them what else you want to go back and see. I'm going to look it up for you.
Well, there's a
To
ton,
get out of Henry David Thoreau.
there's a ton of places in Wyoming. I just,
Yeah, there are.
And, they have this annual beard contest, and I keep thinking that we might have to enter him in the annual Wyoming beard.
They even have
contest
categories
here,
for unkempt or
Yeah,
unmanicured and manicured
see?
and
So yeah, what do you think? We should probably do it, huh?
vote on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask my mother.
That's your mother.
My granddaughters like the beard. My oldest granddaughter, she wouldn't, when she was a little baby, a little bit of a thing, she would not go to sleep unless she was in her bed. So her mother finally worked up the nerve to leave her with me for a couple hours so she could walk over to the firehouse next door because she'd be a firefighter. It was like 2 doors down. She comes back, the baby's asleep in my arms. She's like, how did you do that? She won't go to sleep in anybody's arms. You have to put her in her bed. I said, well, I just gave her a bottle, and she lay there and looked up my eyes and reached up and stroked my beard, and she fell asleep.
See if that's a category of beards that put babies to sleep. Yeah.
That's a category by itself, man. And the other day, the girls are calling. They used to have a gnome that they kept in their closet and stuff, and they called it Pops because they had a long white beard, a long white hair. So they called the other day, Pops, are gnomes creepy? What? Are gnomes creepy? No, you used to have a gnome named Pops. Of course they're not creepy. Well, Mom says they're creepy. Don't listen to your mother. What are clowns? Are clowns creepy?
Clowns are creepy.
Yeah, I got. Mom says they're creepy. Yeah, clowns are creepy.
Yeah,
We'll go with you on that one. But
yeah.
gnomes are not creepy.
Gnomes are cute. Well, there might be creepy gnomes. I don't know, but yeah.
Here we go. The Guernsey Ruts and Register Cliff Historic Site. Guernsey Ruts and Register Cliff Historic Site. So we're gonna go back there
All right.
and see that.
Cool.
Sounds really cool. Yeah, and we found a story about it's a crazy story about 7 gold miners in South Dakota in the Black Hills many, many years ago who had a run-in with some natives who did not appreciate them being there. But it's a really fascinating story around it. We're gonna go back to that. So all kinds of stuff we found. We're going back. One of these days, too, I've been telling Melanie, one of these days we're doing Route 66. And so I can photograph it before all the cool stuff's gone. So all right. Anyways, there we go. Do well and unkempt. There you go. Unless they got a category for the beards that put granddaughters to sleep. Melanie at least tolerates that. She did work on my hair for a while though. before we went live. I'm trying to look at it. She's like,
I did, I did comb it. It
she's like,
comes
I don't know
out
what difference it
nicely,
makes. You
but-
probably put a hat back on anyway.
I'm like, I know you're just gonna wear a hat, but might as well at least comb it first.
I need to get a new hat soon. This one's from Bonneville Salt Flats. My other one was getting raggy. I got this in Utah in April,
Mhm.
or early May, first week of May, whatever it was. We were over there,
Yeah.
Bonneville Salt Flats. Found an old gas station. So, yeah, well, time for a new one, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm out of stuff to cover, unless you got something else.
No. I think
Read
that
you
was
Henry David
good.
Thoreau quotes or something, but it is New Year's Eve, so we'll let you all go. It's got to be New Year, the New Year somewhere, 2023. It's going to be better this year. 2020, 2021, 2020, 2023 is the year. It's going to be better. Oh, we do have some other plans. I don't know if we should talk about that or not.
What?
For excitement coming up in 2023. She reminds me every once in a while. She's got some plans for the summer.
Yeah. We're gonna get married, huh?
Oh, you're admitting it on public,
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
video.
we could get married. Gotta make it good here.
Make it good, yeah. So that's coming up sometime. We don't have any details yet, but except for
No.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she did make a crack once about having Elvis do it in Vegas when we were over in Pahrump, but I don't think that's really going to happen. But well, Isabel, Happy New Year! Thanks for
Oh,
joining
Happy New
tonight.
Year.
So, all right, guys, that's I think that's all I got. Let's see. Do we have anything fun to close out with? What do we want to close out with? We'll close out with fairy dusters and grass. There we go. All right, and look for it probably tomorrow. That full Best of 2022 video with featuring. Oh, you were going to share your Melanie's first, then we'll log off.
What did you do with it?
Right there, she had a whole list of first videos
Oh,
that
yeah.
I didn't have
well,
time to do a sampling of. So here you go.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. There was the rodeo, Devil's
Melanie's
Tower.
first rodeo.
Yeah, Devil's Tower.
Melanie's first trip to Devil's Tower.
The Las Vegas
You got
Strip.
the Melanie's thing. Melanie's first time on Las Vegas Strip.
Sturgis. You
Melanie's
can't
first
forget
time in Sturgis.
The Bighorns.
Melanie's first trip to the Bighorns.
Bonneville Salt Flats.
Melanie's first time at Bonneville Salt Flats.
Little House.
Melanie's first time at Little House on
And
the
there might
Prairie.
be more, but that's
There
that
might
was-
be more.
those-
There might be more. I corrupted her.
Yeah, I know. So it's
I don't know what 2023 is going to bring.
Yeah,
Find some more new stuff.
I know.
All right.
So, anyways,
All right. I think that's it. We're going to close out. We'll replay the fairy dusters and grass because it's a little clip to end things. And thank you, everyone, for joining.
Happy New Year.
Appreciate spending New Year's Eve with you. If I can talk, spending New Year's Eve with you. I'm going to go finish my chocolate eggnog or mocha eggnog. And then I got some, we picked up some
Chai
chai.
spice.
Thank you. Chai spice tea at
so-
the Dent store on a dusty box, but the inside was still good. And it's even got the label or the little tag, like we don't always get that kind. This kind of has a little tag, which I thought was cute. Reminded me of the red rose tea my mother always drinks, which Melanie also drinks.
Yeah,
So
I think that's what I'm drinking too. Yeah.
there you go, Mom. She's
There you
drinking
go.
red rose tea.
Rose.
Look at that.
Woo.
All right. All right. Here's the fairy dusters of grass again. Thank you, everyone. We will catch you soon. Oh, make sure I'm missing anything exciting here. There we go. Okay. They'll be there in May. Hint, hint.
Yay.
All right. Here's this. And we have thank you, everyone, for joining. We'll catch you soon, probably tomorrow.
Oh, I got a wrench and everything.